What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Cole Espresso, and welcome back to another video here today on the channel. Today, we're going to be talking about something that I have wanted in Call of Duty for many years now. It's something that really it has not even had much of a thought to it because, well, it's kind of just not simply practical in these standard regards that some other games carry it out. What I mean by that is an in-game market, somewhere that in each Call of Duty game you could go to buy, sell, or trade weapons, currency in-game like crypto keys, or things alike. That, to me, I think would be one of the coolest things. I've been a fan of CSGO for a while, and if you guys do know how CSGO works, that's probably one of the more highlighted pieces of the game. The gameplay itself is tremendously fun, tremendously challenging, and competitive, but the market is one of the things that is just a huge aspect of the game. Same with a lot of other Steam games. Steam has this not necessarily in-game market. There are in-game markets in the games on Steam, but Steam has this client that has an overall market to it. So similar to that kind of thing where you can trade, buy, or sell items in Call of Duty. And really that's something that would be tremendously awesome looking back at some of the past Call of Duties as of recently. Starting with Advanced Warfare more specifically, weapon variants were something that people didn't want to shell out tons of money for advanced supply drops, and they didn't have the time to grind out gameplay for supply drops and then have a chance to get the weapon variant that they wanted. Instead, it would be worlds easier to just buy, sell, or trade with another player in-game. Now, it seems in theory to be easy enough, something you could just implement and then add into the multiplayer aspect of the game, but when you really think about it in terms of value, it wouldn't retain any value because, well, Call of Duty has annual releases. Whenever you look at games such as CSGO and other in-game current markets like that that are successful, the games that own those markets are not annual releases. They're released every 5 to 10 years perhaps at that. And with that said, that then carries that value over even more, and whenever a time comes for a new game, well then that's when they cross that bridge. It's something that the value then can be maybe transferred over, but if not, you can stay on the last game and still have those items worth something. But for Call of Duty, because it is annual, it would be something that there would never be any value if you have to continuously dump and trash whatever you have on that previous game. Come every November, it would be a flourish to try and get rid of everything, and it would pretty much be essentially, in a theoretical standpoint, a mini stock market crash every single year. Everybody would be trying to get rid of their stuff and nobody would want it, and if you're stuck with it, well then you're kind of out of luck. So how do you get rid of this problem then and then implement this into it? This is actually something that while I was out in LA for DLC 2's early access capture event, I sat down with a couple of potentially your favorite creators and had dinner with Drifter, T Martin, Chaos Silencer, Laggin, Pamaj, Biblical Reaper, True Triz, and a few others, and we sat down and really discussed this idea and how it would really work. And the basic general consensus was that it's actually a lot simpler than many people would think. We mentioned that the biggest problem would be the annual releases. So if you were to carry a market over in every single game, what it would be able to do, and at a simpler version of it, you'd be able to cash out everything that you had at the end of the year and transfer that to whatever earnings or skins, whatever it may be, in the next title. Obviously, some weapons are going to be variable, some skins perhaps may not be able to get over, but the system really wouldn't be based off of transferring items per se. Sure, it could work like that if there was something that could be carried over, but more so the idea of cashing out would be pretty much to burn what you have, almost like we do in the black market already. But if it's something that is of value, you could then use in-game currency like COD points, cash out for COD points that would then transfer from your account from, in theory, Black Ops 3 to Infinite Warfare. Obviously, that's not going to happen with these next two games, but it's something that going forward, that would be a very perfect way to do it and a very easy way to do it as well. So that way you could sell more skins that you don't want, you could try and maybe increase your value of your pot, and then whenever you have it all towards the end of the game, you could cash out and then transfer it over to almost like a credit for your account. Then whenever that happens and you have the credit on your account in the next game, you could then start to buy items from the market. That to me is a perfect fix for how we could get rid of the problem of the value being diminished and decreased by annual releases of Call of Duty titles. And honestly, I think that a market should be something that we see here in Call of Duty, perhaps not in the immediate future, but I think it is definitely something that would be very advantageous to the franchise as well as what players would love to see here with that. But I think that's where we're going to wrap it up here today, ladies and gentlemen. That is my explanation on how we could make a market in-game work for Call of Duty. Definitely something that I want to see coming, and maybe you guys want to see coming as well. I'd love to hear your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. It's all speculation and all theory and pretty much just a giant theoretical workaround. I don't think this is going to be coming anytime soon, so I wouldn't get my hopes up just yet, but this is definitely a way that it could work. So leave your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. Drop a like if you did enjoy the video, and if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. We're on that road to 50,000 subscribers, so every little bit does help and is, of course, greatly appreciated. But mine has been a Cool Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, and peace.